think about there's a Verizon outage, today, right, when we're recording. I mean, panic in the streets,
Go
No
ahead.
one's phones are like, "Oh my god, we literally cannot function without the internet now." Imagine telling that to somebody in, like, the '80s.
Yeah.
"Hey, there's gonna be this magical thing that's kinda like radio, right? You can't s these transmitted waves through the air, and yet when it turns off, you can't do any business whatsoever. You
Yeah.
can't make any phone calls." It's like, "What? What are you guys
Right.
talking about?" You know what I mean? I mean, that's like, "Oh, we're completely dead in the water." All right, we're back, Rob, episode 156.
We're going 156.
I know.
Not an
It's
exciting number. It's just kind of there. You know what I mean? It's just,
no, no. I mean, I don't know. I guess 200 is the or 175 is a
yeah, I
minimum
think
number.
quarterly is good.
Yeah,
175 will be
yeah,
monumental.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We gotta keep this train rolling, so, all right. I let it be known that I know last time we talked, we were talking about Edge shaving gel.
Oh, and
Um,
yes, we were.
and I went and I stocked up, and they changed their logo. So everything I was saying about how they had the same logo, it's the D and the
The
E,
D
or
and the G.
the G and the E were the same like I went
No,
to
it's
CVS.
the D and the G next to each other.
Okay, and they're flip-flopped or whatever the deal
Yeah.
is, or upside down and right side up.
Yeah.
Now it's, like, on an angle and it's italicized, it's like, "Oh, whatever." Anyway, but I was so disappointed, so, I did take a picture of the cur of my little one that ran out of sauce, though, but I went full freight on your recommendation. I went
Okay.
full giant,
And
so
no
and I'm all
problems so far. No.
yeah, yeah. No problems yet. So quick follow-up on that.
Great.
But what are we talking about today? Because we're not talking about any more shaving. We're done with
No
shaving.
more shaving. Yeah, I thought been working on some web projects and in doing so, thinking just about user experience and things
Yeah.
like that. We'll get into some of that a little bit, but I thought it would be interesting to talk about what are your favorite apps on your
Okay.
phone
Okay.
and why? What makes them your favorite apps? And it can be anything.
Hmm.
There's no right or wrong answer here.
Okay.
But I thought that might lead us to an interesting place.
Yeah. Well, let me throw this back out at you. Do you have your phone organized? Do you have your apps on your phone or tablet organized by in folders in like-minded thing, or is it just okay? You're like me. It's just it's just
It is
page
the way
after
I
page of
try
apps.
to organize it is the first screen are the ones I use the most,
Yep. There you go.
and so on
Yeah.
down the line.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, you know,
The
yeah, the
follow-up
ones
the
I don't
follow-up to
use
this
are
conversation is
on.
what app has been on your phone for 7 years that you've never opened?
There are some, I'm sure.
That'll be the follow-up, so,
Yeah.
well, I'll get going. I guess
How
the
many
first one.
screens do you have?
How many screens do I have?
Yeah,
That's a
like
great
how many
question.
screens of apps do you have?
Here, alright,
I'll count
1
mine. Let's see.
I've got 4. Now, I do have one folder. I asked you the question about do you nestle them together? I have one folder of, like, Apple apps that, like, I never use that you just can't delete, that I just throw into, like, a utilities folder or something like
Yeah, yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know?
Fair.
It's got all the junk in there, like, I just don't wanna deal with it or whatever.
I have 7.
7 pages of apps. That's a lot of apps, so,
Yeah. Yeah,
um
but you're right, as I'm looking at them, half of them are like, I would never use this.
yeah, I mean, apps for me are, news, entertainment, and then streaming, things like
Yeah.
if I had to bucket it into 3 things, right? So, you know, if we're talking just actual, not a Netflix or Hulu, considering that if that's an app or whatever. I'd say probably the app I hit the most is Blue Sky, because I was a big Twitter guy back in the day, right? And so
Okay.
I just, I have my little curated lists of people and things and topics that I follow. So it's a little bit of news, a little bit of entertainment, things like that, right? So I probably
Okay.
check Blue Sky every day. But an app I'll never give up that I just love, love, love is eBay. I know that sounds crazy, but, like,
You've always been a big eBayer.
I love eBay, man. I love seeing what's out there. I will see something on Amazon or I'll see something out and then, and I'll just start snooping around on eBay. Or like we were watching that show, the Golden Collectibles show,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Right.
And now I guess he's bought by eBay or whatever the deal is, right? But it's like, oh, you're talking about all these crazy collectibles. It's just you end up searching on eBay. I'm like, what is out there and what are people spending money on? And like, yes, I will buy things on eBay, but I also like to be a lurker on eBay and just see like the crazy things that people that are listed out there, things
Yeah.
like that.
Do you
So,
watch? Are you watching things?
oh
Like, do
yeah,
you?
oh yeah, dude.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm probably watching 80 different things right now, and then I get emails that are like, hey, 10% off, and it's like I'm never gonna buy this. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I liked it
Yeah.
so that so that I could see it if I ever wanted to see it again, but I don't really have any intent to purchase because most of the time, if you're ready to buy something, you're just gonna buy it. You're not gonna sit there for a week and
Yeah,
wait.
well, I
You know?
guess that's and I'm gonna sound like an idiot.
Yeah,
I'm not traditionally a big eBayer, but
yeah,
there's still, I mean, there's always the buy it now option, right?
yeah.
But if it's still time-based
Yep,
auctions, I mean, is
yep.
that still the
Yeah.
96% of it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think most of the listings are probably buy it nows because you just list it for 30 days, it automatically re-ups, or you can
Yeah,
even do a setting where, it just slowly starts to decrease in price until it's sold for you, if that makes sense,
yeah,
right?
sure.
But, there's a fair amount of auctions. I don't, oh,
Yeah,
gonna get a good deal on that, whatever, like, I don't whatever,
I
you know what I
think you're
mean?
right. I mean, we're so, thanks to Amazon, we're so like, if
Mhm.
you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy it.
Yeah,
Unless it's like a big ticket item and like
yeah. Well,
a
I mean, the differentiation between Amazon to eBay for me is, make an offer, right? I can't make an offer on Amazon. Amazon is
correct,
what it is, right? But if I
correct.
see something where it's like, "Hey, I don't need it tomorrow. I don't need it
Yeah,
in the next 3 days. Hell, I don't need it for 2 weeks. Like, ship it whenever you ship it. Who cares?" You know?
yeah,
And it's like, trying to think of one of the last things I bought. Like, my Dremel. I bought a Dremel off of eBay, right?
okay.
And my Dremel crapped out, the motor went out, whatever like that. I don't wanna pay full freight on a Dremel. Like, I use it. I love a Dremel, don't get me wrong, but it's not like I'm using this thing every day and it's like my livelihood. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
it's nice to have a Dremel, right? So it's listed for whatever it is, $70 on Amazon, but it's like, oh, on eBay, it's like, oh, someone's got it listed for $60 free shipping, and it's be like, hey, man, I'll give you $45, and the counter at $50, and you say, sure, and then you feel good about yourself. You save $10, and then it comes when it comes. That's
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah.
now there is the chance that sometimes you're buying new things, sometimes you're buying used things.
Refurbished. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 exactly. So I mean, maybe it'll crap out or whatever like that. So,
Well,
um,
Amazon, they have refurbished stuff. They do have
yeah,
used stuff too. I just bought a camera,
yeah,
actually. My
okay.
daughter wanted a nice camera. She sent me a link for a camera for Christmas. And it was like, this is like a $700 camera. I'm
Oh
like,
my,
what? You're not? No, absolutely not.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I found, I mean, it's a nice Canon,
okay.
whatever. Oh, I actually have yeah,
DSLR.
here's the certified refurbished.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Hey,
Via
we got it.
Amazon. So I bought it. I found one on Amazon, certified refurbished for like
Okay.
$200 or, I mean,
Yeah.
it's whatever, what significant
Yeah.
cost savings.
Yeah.
I'm not sure she's going to be the next Ansel Adams, but if she is, then we can upgrade down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta start somewhere. So,
But
yeah, I
anyway,
love
all right.
I love eBay. I mean, eBay is a fun, I mean, it's an app, I guess. I mean, it started as a website, but I mean, basically it's an app. So,
Yeah.
what
Well, it's
about you?
also fresh because it's always evolving. It's always new stuff. And what do
Yeah.
we have now? Da, da, da. So it
It's
keeps,
crazy to think how some of these pillars have been around for 20 some odd years now, you know?
yeah,
Like, it's just it's like foundational building blocks of the internet. Like, I remember,
yeah,
like, your first wait a minute. I'm gonna send some stranger money? Like,
yeah.
what
And hope
what?
that they
And
send
then
me a
hope
package.
yeah, and hope that they send me something through the mail? Like, what are we talking about here? Like,
Yeah.
I am totally gonna get ripped off. And now it's like, "Oh, whatever." Like, "Here you go. Just sell you the money," or whatever,
Brave.
like
It was a brave new world at the
yeah,
time.
yeah, the behavior set has changed. Alright, what's your favorite app?
Mine's going to be really disappointing.
Oh,
Um, mine
way to set the
is,
level of expectation.
I know. Well, yours is fun and exciting. It's eBay. We're buying things and things are great.
Yeah,
My favorite app, favorite is a weird word. One of the apps I admire most, how about
okay.
that?
Sure.
Is the Delta app.
Delta. Okay,
I love the Delta app.
okay. I don't think that's boring.
It is, and here's why. Well, A, I love to travel.
Yeah,
Um, B, it is so well done.
Yeah.
The user experience is, I don't wanna say it's gamified, but it's almost gamified, and
Mm.
here's what I
Okay.
mean by that.
Okay.
I track all my points and my miles and things, and so, every night I get an update on, "Oh, you got this many more NQDs." So,
Okay.
literally every morning I open it to go, "How many did I get last night?" Like,
Now,
it's a
call me crazy. I think you have a Delta, card as well, don't you, that feeds into miles and things like that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, yeah.
so yeah. Alright.
Yeah, and so it's all, and it is so easy to book a trip.
Yeah,
You can when you're flying, I mean, just it's so, oh, the upgrade list and the thing, and like,
yeah,
I love everything about it. And
yeah.
it's weird that I check the Delta app every morning. It is strange because I'm not booking a trip every morning.
That
Uh,
is a little that you use it every day?
I
You check
literally
it?
look at it every day. I know. It's so
Well,
it's so weird.
it's good to have something to look forward to. But you do love to travel, one thing I do know about you, and you have trips on the calendar ready to, you know what I mean? Like there's
Yeah,
always something to look forward to, right?
yeah.
Um, they do not have the TSA, security baked into the, Delta app yet though, do they? Have you s
What do you mean by that?
My daughter turned me on to the, like, oh, you can go to, like, the Hartsfield, app, and it'll show you all of the wait line or the TSA wait,
Oh, the wait lines for
at all the
everything.
different security checkpoints and this
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that and
yeah.
whatever that,
Yeah.
like, different airports have different scenarios, but I don't think that's baked into the Delta
No,
app
I
yet,
don't
right?
think that they
Okay.
have that in the I have that for what she's talking about for, and you
For
can see
Hartsfield?
for
Yeah. Yeah.
Hartsfield.
It's
Um,
it's remarkably accurate.
yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, 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 it really is, it really is. Yeah, I don't think that's I think it's, that's a sign of, um excellent branding, but also, like, utilization forward, right?
It's
It's
just
like using, the Bank of America website and then using your local credit union's online banking, and
that's
it's
the
like,
worst. It's the worst.
"Oh, like, you call this online banking? Like, this
Yeah,
is not online like, this is the like, I do not feel secure about this whatso Bank of America, it's like, "Oh my god, this is they have the top shelf," I'm gonna call it, like, online experience
it's
for
the
how to
best
deal.
online
Yeah, yeah,
banking th
yeah.
there is, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah,
Now their
now Delta.
in-banking experience might we might need some work on the in-bank, the in-branch
Well, yeah,
experience, but
there's a reason for that. They don't want you
yeah.
going in branches
Exactly,
anymore.
exactly, exactly. But
Um,
Delta is like that. I mean, the Delta app, compared to, like, the JetBlue app, for example, because 'cause I've been
it
flying
is.
JetBlue, it's far superior for
Now
sure.
they will have what they do have is whatever airport you're in, you can check the Sky Club and it will tell you how busy it is.
Yeah,
So you can go to this gate and you're like,
yeah,
oh, they're like, oh, nope, red. It's on
yeah.
red. Um,
I don't do clubs, man. I just sit right at my gate and I people watch and I'm
that
waiting.
is,
I know.
I
It's
don't understand.
horrible. I know,
I
I
don't
know.
understand that.
I don't get it
And
either.
you're also, we were talking about punctuality last time.
Mhm.
I know, I believe that you're sitting there for a long, long time
Oh, yeah,
before
yeah,
you're
dude, I'm
playing
there for a
this.
couple hours. Yeah, just taking it all in for sure. So, I got burned once so bad, and I'm just scarred that I can't help it now, and yet still, I keep doing the same thing over and over again, and I don't need to do that, and here's what I mean by that, like, I keep getting there ridiculously early, and I don't need to do it,
Right.
but I can't help myself. I don't
We
wanna
do
miss
that.
my flight, like, it's a 2-hour flight, and yet, for some strange reason, for me, it's a full day of travel, like, it's just
Yeah.
it makes no
Yeah.
sense, so
Well,
I'm an
my wife is
oddball.
a professional traveler, and so she's
Yeah,
got all the tips and tricks down, and,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
but
I
anyway, I
think
love that app.
app-wise.
It's a great app. It's really, really well done, and I love everything about it.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'll throw Meta a bone and say, "Hey, I'm like the rest of the world, and I check Instagram," and then next thing I know, I'm looking at all this content that I don't follow, I don't subscribe to, are not any of my friends or anyone that I like, and it's
Yeah.
been, you know, 700 posts in a row of things that I don't know what they are or ads, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to stop this." So,
It's
um,
it's gotten out of control, and I
yeah,
know we're in the ad business, but, like,
yeah.
the retargeting is, it's out of control.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it's
you go
totally
look at one
insane.
website and then just you open Instagram and it's just inundation.
Yeah,
So I love Instagram. I mean, more and more, as we all know, the web is a cesspool,
yeah,
uh, and social media is pretty much a cesspool
it's
as well,
horrible.
if not more so than the web in general. But
Yeah, I mean, it's scientifically proven to not be good for your brain. Let's just
yeah,
pencils down, everyone.
that's
Like,
right.
it's not
That's
good
right.
for you.
All right. Any other?
Weather, I
Well, and
mean,
so I guess that leads me to Um, I'm trying to get us back to planning for sites
Yeah.
and the user experience. I love the Delta app because the
Yeah.
user experience is great and the
Totally.
user interface is great and the whole customer journey is great.
Yeah, it makes sense.
It makes sense. And so, we're working on a few web projects now, and what we found, and this is going to sound obvious to anyone with a brain, really, um, but I think oftentimes people, agencies will rush to get a project in house and start working on it without proper planning. And I
Sure.
found that to be really, really true on websites,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so, we get asked the question often, well, how much does a website cost? And we've talked about this before, but I don't know, how much does a house cost? How
Yeah.
much does a car cost?
Yeah.
Um,
Technology definition matters.
yeah, and we've sort of gotten to this process now where we've refined the what we call sort of the road mapping and blueprinting of the project.
Totally.
And it's critical when when somebody comes to us and wants a site, we tell them, hey, you got to spend a little money up front to roadmap this thing and to figure out what we're building. But
Yeah.
it's not just what we're building, it's planning it out and interviewing all of the stakeholders and making sure that we understand you know, everything from the very specific, down in the weeds technology platforms
Yeah.
that different companies and clients are using. Some are way more sophisticated and have a lot of systems,
Yeah.
NetSuite, other CRMs, HubSpot,
Yeah.
things we need to plug
Yeah.
into. Others are more mom and pop and they don't need that, heavy technology integration. But we got to understand the technology side of it. Um, and then importantly, we have to understand what does the customer journey look like, right? So
Sure.
like who are all the different types of users that are going to be interacting with the site? And what do we want them to do?
Yeah.
How do we want them to move through the site? Do we want them to buy a widget?
Yeah.
Do we want them to just go, wow, we find this brand trustworthy. Let me pick up the phone and call. What do we
Yeah.
want that journey to be like? And then
Absolutely.
importantly, how do we guide them on that path? If they don't know what they want, the customer, we kind of can move them through the funnel or the pathway. And then I think
Absolutely.
lastly, as we're planning stuff out, it's it's defining, I'll call it success criteria, right? And asking the client, what
Mhm.
does success look like to you?
Absolutely.
And that's twofold. And it can be, well, success to me looks like you guys build the site, I own it, I can upload pictures, I
Yeah.
can change copy, I can, content manage it.
Yeah.
Um, Success looks like, oh my gosh, more people are buying my widget now.
Sure.
I've made more sales, whatever it is. But I think it's just, I think it's easy to jump into a project and just start going without the proper
Sure.
planning. And I think we've learned, I know I have learned by doing that can lead to, I don't want to say critical mistakes, but it, you know, it removes guardrails from the project. And that's always a potential problem.
Yeah.
So I
Agreed.
think
Agreed.
proper
I mean,
planning, proper mapping, proper, all of that is critical to the project's success.
yeah, to your point about success criteria, it's rare where we're starting something from scratch now.
Yeah,
Everybody already has something, right?
right.
So they're coming to us with a different subset of problems. Here's what we have, and maybe they know where they wanna go, but or maybe they don't, and there's a lot of, like, "We just don't like it," or "We don't or it's old," or this or that,
Yeah,
random nebulous comments which beg the question, "Why?" Right? We have to ask a lot of why questions,
yeah,
right? Ultimately trying to filter that down to, what is going to be a successful launch for you? What does that look like on your side of the
right,
fence?
right.
From a practical perspective, but also from a business perspective as well, you know?
And sometimes
Um,
there's cases where we ask those questions and the answer ends up being, you don't really need a new site.
yeah,
You can take what you have and we can work with this and do
yeah,
that. And that's
yeah,
certainly great news for them.
yeah,
Um, but maybe we do need a new site, right? If they,
yeah.
just depending on the outcome of those interviews and conversations.
Yeah, no, I think, it's important to you said, "Hey, I've learned a lot." We don't run website projects like how we did 10 years ago
Correct.
because no one utilizes the web like how they used it 10 years ago, right? So, I think it's important to keep up with, technology, right, and keep up with business practices and success criteria and whatnot, right? But that's because all of us are moving through the river of technology, right?
Right.
And utilizing everything differently. I mean, think about there's a Verizon outage, today, right, when we're recording. I mean, panic in the streets,
Oh,
no
yeah.
one's phones are like, "Oh my god, we literally cannot function without the internet now." I mean, imagine telling that to somebody in, like, the '80s, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
"Hey, there's gonna be this magical thing that's kinda like radio," right? You can't see it. It's these transmitted waves through the air, right? And yet when it turns off, you can't do any business whatsoever. You
Yeah.
can't make any phone calls, it's like, "What? What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? I mean, that's like, "Oh, we're completely dead in the water," that type of thing, right? And yet it happens to everyone everywhere. Delta had a CrowdStrike outage, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like Meta, we're talking about Instagram goes down, for how many hours? Like it's a weird it's so weird to think about, right? But it's not what it used to be, and neither are we, and neither is
Right.
the process in terms of how to get to that successful launch, So,
Circling back to the and relevant, circling back to the favorite apps
yeah.
question, I would say, um, and some people like it, some people hate it. I am a Waze. I am a big Waze person.
Why do
Okay.
people hate Waze?
Well, sometimes it's not accurate. Sometimes it's
Okay.
like I just went around. I know a better way to go because I'm
Okay,
local.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I mean, have you ever gotten in an Uber and the Uber map tells
yeah,
you
and
to
you're
go a
like, no,
certain
no, no,
way,
no,
and you're
no,
like,
go
"No,
this
no, no."
way, go this way.
Yeah,
But
exactly. I mean, that's
so
technology.
Waze, I use all the time, and I loved when they had like, oh, you could use Morgan Freeman's
Oh,
voice or
yeah, yeah,
whatever
yeah.
else,
Do they
just to
still do the different
I don't
voices
know
or
if they
no?
do that anymore, but
Okay.
that was so great. But
Yeah.
I was driving, and so I use that app all the time.
Every day.
I was driving, with my daughter last weekend, to look at prom dresses. That's a whole different story, but where we were driving to look at prom
Yeah.
dresses, and we were going to this little place, way up wherever. Anyway, and I had Waze open, and I'm
Yeah.
looking at Waze, and I'd said to her, and I don't remember what prompted it, but I said, "Hey," I said, "Honey, I want you to imagine something." And for frame of reference, folks, she's 16 about to turn 17.
Sure.
So she's driving. And I said, "Yeah, I want you to picture something." I said, what would you do if you didn't have
It's no maps,
an
right?
app and you
Yeah.
didn't have Waze and you didn't have," and she's laughing. And I'm like, "No, no, no. Like, what would you
Seriously.
do?" And
Yeah.
like, imagine a world where you don't have that. And she's like, "I
Yeah.
can't. How would you get anywhere?" I was like,
We all
"Well,
did.
you,
Yeah.
you would have a big map." She's like,
Yeah.
"Well, how could you read the map while you're driving?" I'm like, "Well, you wouldn't read it. I mean,
No.
you probably did, but you shouldn't. You pulled
Yeah.
over and figured out where you were
Yeah.
supposed to go, and
Yeah.
you're."
And worst case scenario is you called wherever you were going, and they would give you landmarks. Remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
"Oh, we're by XYZ gas station,"
yeah.
or
You
"Turn
stopped at the
left."
gas station and said,
Yeah.
"How do I get to
Yeah. "Turn
Lake
left
Raven?"
at
Or
such and such
whatever
and
it
take.
is.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it blew her mind that there was a world where people
Yeah.
actually did that and
Well
navigated stuff
well,
without.
I remember, like, hey, we all know where we're going. We live where we live, and we know how to get to work, and
Yeah,
we know how to get to the mall, we know how to get to the grocery store, we know how like, wherever, the gym, something like that, right? And then suddenly, we all started using maps to go to places we already knew how to get to. And I thought
yeah.
that was ridiculous when that first happened, right? I was like to my wife, I'm like, Why are you putting it like
MapQuest? Are we in
we know how to
MapQuest?
get to where like on your Garmin or on your Apple
Yeah,
Maps or whatever, And it was, "Oh, no, 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 no. Now it's about estimated arrival time and detours and traffic and stuff like that." It's
yeah.
almost like there's that whole layer of, yes, we use maps to get to the bridal store because we don't know how to get there because 'cause we've never gone there
It wasn't a
before,
bridal
for
store.
sure.
He's 16. Thank
Oh,
goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The
Prom
prom
store.
store. Excuse me, excuse me. Yeah, that was bad. Sorry.
That would be bad.
Uh, but it's the added layer now of extra functionality of, traffic reports and,
Yeah,
oh, there's, the police warnings like what Waze does. Google
yeah,
Maps does that too, you know what I mean? Like self-report, "Oh, there's garbage on the road,"
yeah.
all that kinda it is an interesting tool in that respect, and, I don't really remember when that transition happened where it's like, "Hey, wherever you go now, you just put it in your maps." just
Yeah.
for that extra layer. It's
Well, for a
bizarre.
while it was MapQuest, and then
Oh, yeah.
you printed out your MapQuest
Oh, yeah, dude.
directions,
Yeah,
and that
yeah,
was huge. And then,
yeah.
but yeah, now it's about, and I love the feature that's like, okay, I'm going somewhere. I need to arrive there by 4:15. The
Yeah.
leave later function, and it's like, okay,
Mhm.
we'll leave your house at
Yeah.
3 o'clock or whatever it is.
Yeah. It'll chime and tell you when you need to go,
That's
right?
right.
Because traffic when you search how to get there versus traffic when you actually
That's right.
leave are 2 totally different things, so
Data. It's
yeah,
crazy.
I
What
think
world out there? We sound like a bunch of old
I
people.
know, I know. Well, hey, if we wanna keep talking about being old, I mean, you gotta use a weather app. I mean, use a weather app every day,
Yeah,
right?
I do
So
use the weather app every day.
yeah, everybody
Yeah.
does, so no, I think this is good. I think it's a good rich conversation about, apps, but also UX and how that ties into, the utilization of the human behavior,
Yeah.
right? In terms of why they're successful, if that makes sense, so, no, it's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Alright,
wrap it up.
yeah,
We're rounding the corner here.
sure.
Don, tell us where the people can find us. Why don't
People
you?
can find us, at mocktheagency.com. Drop us a line, hit us on the follows, like and subscribe, all the good stuff. So,
That's right.
we're pretty out there, so
And we will see
we'll
you
see you next
fine
time.
folks back here for episode 157.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Alright, deuces, everybody.
I'm gonna go look at my Delta app.